First up, we got Lara from Hoopsy.
Do I just start when I'm ready or no? Yes, okay. Hi, I'm Lara. I'm the founder of Hoopsy. So Hoopsy started after last year I went to Spain to do 2 embryo transfers in a bid to get pregnant. And I joined a lot of Facebook groups, and I was horrified to see the amount of plastic that was being used in pregnancy tests that women were doing, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. In fact, in the US alone, over 30 million pregnancy and ovulation tests go into landfill every year, which is around 300,000 kilos of plastic. In terms of the market at the moment, the majority of tests used are the midstream tests. So these are the ones, the tall ones, this end, for those who haven't used pregnancy test. And the most environmentally friendly option is the strip test. But you actually have to wee into a cup and dip the test in. So 95% of women prefer to use a midstream test. So introducing Hoopsy. Hoopsy Eco Pregnancy Test is 99% plastic free, made from 99% paper with over 99% accuracy. It is a midstream test and it is price parity compared with the competitors. The product is a medical device, so we have to get approval to sell it. It's been approved in the EU and the UK, and we're waiting on TGA approval. We launched into the UK middle of July this year, and so far we're selling in a number of physical and online pharmacy stores, as well as eco stores. And we launch on Amazon Launchpad at the end of this month, as well as other UK stores. Our ask is for an investment of $1.2 million to expand into the US market. We're currently applying for FDA approval, and we plan to launch in June next year. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to hearing your questions.
Hello. Thanks, Lara. That's really cool. Really cool, actually. Who are your competitors within the market? Like, I feel that this would be something that, I don't know, like medical organisations would already be jumping on.
Well, my competitors in terms of consumer products are Clear Blue and First Response, so that's P&G and Church & Dwight, so pretty big players. But no one else globally is doing this. There was a brand that launched last year, and they launched in March and they closed in September. But no one else is doing it. It's very strange.
I'll just ask one more question. What's your retail price on that?
In the UK, we have a 3, a 5, and a 10-pack. The 3-pack is £14.99, the 5-pack's £22.99, and the 10-pack's £39.99. Okay. We make about 80% GP.
Really? Okay, cool, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, how accurate is it?
Well, 99.8% accurate on the day that your period is due, and you can take it up to 5 days early, but it's only around 77% accurate then, but then all tests are exactly the same accuracy.
And then what's the reason for going to the US market now versus just establishing yourself in the UK and Australia?
Okay, good question. So when I launched in the middle of July last year, I thought I'd have at least 3 months before anyone tried to copy me, but about 3 weeks after I launched, well, first of all, I have to put the manufacturer's details on the packaging. And 3 weeks after I launched, someone contacted my manufacturer and said, we want that product in that packaging as on that website. And I was like, okay, I don't have a patent on the product. But the guys at the manufacturing plant, they just said to me, we hate people that can't think up their own ideas and just try and copy other people. So as a result, they told them that I had a patent on it, even though I don't, and they refused to supply them. But because because of this, I decided that I needed to fast-track launch because people are going to be coming. We are working on a second version of the test, which will be patentable and is very revolutionary in terms of pregnancy tests, but that won't be available till June 24. So I just thought we've got to get into the US. We've got to make our name. We've got to carve out that space for ourselves.
I know that my questions are up, but then is your focus D2C or working with a retail partner?
Well, it's a really good question. Ideally, I was thinking initially that I wanted to do a D2C brand, but then it's all about impact. Like, what makes me jump out of bed is the fact that I know for every single test we sell, that's one less going into landfill. And the only way we're going to make a big impact is to sell through retail. So the plan is to do both and to try and get into as many retailers as possible, but also, obviously, D2C, we make more money, but the margin on wholesale is still pretty good.
Lara, I love that. My favorite part of the pitch was, I think, that first statistic. I think it's really hard hitting around kind of the waste that we have at the moment. So I love that. Kind of go straight into that impact piece. My question kind of piggybacks a little bit off that, which is, I understand kind of the angle around sustainability, and that's fantastic. Do you feel that retailers, or from your experience, retailers are in a position where they're making decisions based on sustainability now? Or do you kind of perceive maybe any sort of blockers in actually getting that because, you know, they're very price sensitive, for example?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I've had a couple of meetings with Boots, which is the largest pharmacy chain in the UK, and they say that they want to move towards sustainable products, and they say that they're interested, but they still will try and screw me for everything before I get the product on the shelf. And then I've got other small chains. The guy phoned me, the buyer, they've got 40 stores, and he's like, I'm making a whole sustainable section and your product is the lead. And then other buyers have come to me and said, well, if we take your product, we'll have to take someone else's off the shelf. I'm like, and? But do you know what I mean? So some people, it seems to depend on the buyer and how much it trickles down from the top. It's a hard one. Yeah.
Love it. Thanks, Lara.
Thank you.
Well done, Lara.